Well, friends, here is a fun, super duper story for you. Out of tens of thousands of injuries around the world, one of the winners to design an Airbnb, it's going to be built in Southwest Michigan. Kimberly and Clayton to tell us all about it. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Of course. Congratulations. This is so exciting. So tell us a little bit about how this contest started.
So it's a contest through Airbnb. They put out word in June that they were doing this OMG fund. So it's a $10 million fund. They choose 100 winners. Each winner gets $100,000 to build a crazy, unique structure that can then be rented out on Airbnb. So we currently have a property where we have a house that we host out on Airbnb in Michigan.
Yeah.
So we were already hosts. So I got an email from Airbnb one day in June, which I was very close to deleting.
No.
But I decided to read it. I'm really glad I did, because that's where I read about this OMG contest that they were starting. So like you said,
I love it. Yeah.
Worldwide, they had tens of thousands of entries.
And what's so exciting about it, it's so fascinating. Your idea was so unique. When I heard about this, tires, explain it. This is so cool.
Yeah, so on our property, it's pretty heavily wooded. And shortly after we bought it, we were walking through the woods and found a giant mountain of tires, about 1,000 tires probably, we estimate. And apparently it used to be a junkyard, and that's where they disposed of the tires. So our entry is to use all those tires to build a tire-shaped house.
Wow. So why did you come up with, I love that you have the idea of tires, and I'm sure that it was because of also, you wanted to be eco-friendly, is that correct?
Yeah, the tires had been there for decades, and the woods sort of grew up around them. And so when we found the tires, like Kim said, we just didn't know what to do. We wanted to get them out of there, but it would have been really cost prohibitive. So there's nothing we could do. And then she came up with this idea, well, why don't we use them in the construction of this house? So it does two things. It gets the tires out of the woods, helps the environment and helps the forest, will let the forest reclaim that land. And it puts these tires to use in a structure that people can come visit and stay in. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next in the design process? When can we all go check it out?
Okay, well, before we even get to that process, we have to get the tires out of the woods.
Oh.
So we'll be doing that next week.
Okay.
We have to cut a path through the forest to get our pickup and get these 1,000 tires out of the woods.
Right.
And then we're working with our contractor, just kind of finalizing the plans for the design, and the construction will hopefully start in the next couple months.
And it has to be done August 1st, so it's a tight turnaround.
Yes, a very tight schedule.
And I'm sure you were so excited when you heard the news that you won. What was that feeling like? You get this money to actually see your dream come true.
Yeah, it was shocking, really. I mean, we knew how many entries there were, and we just kind of did it on a whim. We put a lot of thought into the design of it, but didn't really think we had a chance of winning. So every time we made it, there were 3 rounds, and every time we made it to the next round, we get that much more excited, thinking, oh, this is a possibility. And just so exciting knowing if it hadn't been for this contest, there's no way we would have been able to build this structure.
And get the tires out of the woods.
Get the tires out of the woods.
Well, thank you for what you're doing for the earth. We love that, and we can't wait to see your design in Southwest Michigan. Congratulations, guys. That is so awesome. You are welcome. Thank you for spending some time with us today. We appreciate you.
You
All right.
Have a
Thanks.
good one.
Bye-bye.
You as well. If you have any ideas on what you would like to see on our show, you can send them to us at WNEM-4pmnews at WNEM.com. Just use the subject 4 p.m. News Spotlight. Well,